Hello, you're welcome back to the class. And in this tutorial, we'll be talking about a wonderful topic again. Let's get on to the class immediately. So, we'll be talking about brooding and brooding house. So, brooding is the most important days of the lifespan of birds. That is the first 2, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. From the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, those those periods are the brooding periods. So these periods are the most important days of the lifespan of birds. So it is the period between the first day as day old chicks. It is the period between the first day as day old chicks to the end of the fourth week. Any mistake made at this stage may result in the later days of their life. So if you neglect medication, if you skip medication or vaccination during this period, it will actually result to a negative effect in the later days of their life. So brooding requires adequate attention and extra care. I always say this, and extra care than any other season of the bird's lifetime. Brooding requires adequate attention and extra care than any other season of the bird's lifetime. It is important to educate your workers. So you have to educate your workers. It is important to educate your workers to be more careful so they don't step on the chicks, and also apply all vaccines and medications as required. So when you employ your workers, you make sure you educate them move on how to move in the brooding house when the chicks are there, especially workers that have not worked in the poultry before. So you have to educate them on how to walk inside the poultry. They shouldn't be walking as if they shouldn't be walking as if they're walking in the wall front, or like the normal way they walk outside. No, they have to be moving slowly inside the brooding house, because they may want to put their leg and one chick will just run under their feet, and they will step on them. So they should walk slowly. You don't walk lifting up your legs. No, you just walk slowly, and until you get acquainted to moving inside the brooding house, then you can start moving fast. And also, you also educate them on the vaccines and medications. So when you are not there, they don't skip it. Educate them on how to use them. Okay. So brooding house. Brooding is a special house where the chicks are kept. It's a special house. This one is actually built specially and different from the normal pen where you raise the the table size or the big ones. Brooding house is different. So because it is actually being covered all over. So the chicks may not necessarily be hatched by you if you do not have the knowledge and hatching equipment. So you don't need to say, if you don't have the hatching equipment or you don't have experience in the hatching, then you just buy from hatcheries. In fact, before you start, you can even, if you want to start hatching, you first have to start buying from other hatcheries. So there are hatcheries where you can get as many quantity of day old as desired. The brooding house should also be spacious as to contain the number of chicks you want to brood. So, which means let's make a calculation now when we're talking about the space that is supposed to contain day old chicks. Now, in a 1 meter by 1 meter square, 1 meter by 1 meter square will contain 30 day old chicks. It will contain 30 day old chicks. So let's make our calculation. Okay, so this is our calculator. Let's make our calculation. If you are stocking 30 ducks, 30 ducks in a square meter, which means if you have a 5 square meter, that is, let's say if the length is 10 square meter, 10 square meter, and the width is 5 square meter. So you do your addition. 10 square meter plus 5 square meter, which is 15 square meter. So if you are having 15 square meter in total, so that means 30 beds go into 15 square meters, which is 15 by 30. So 15 times 30, sorry, 15 times 30. So which means you can put 450 day old chicks in a 10 square meter by 5 square meter. So that is 30 day old chicks by 15 square meter, which is 450 day old chicks. And you can go forward to uh, you can go to an extent to making it 40 each. Okay, so it won't actually affect, but above 40 will have effect. It will affect their growth. It will affect their growth. So this is the number you can put in a square meter. So you put 30 ducks in a square meter by 15 square meter, which will give you 450 day old chicks in a what? In a 15 square meter in a 15 square meter space. So that is it, and let's go back to our class. So building a brooding house. When constructing a brooding house, the pen should be the type that is totally covered to prevent heat escape. So it should be the type that when you cover it, or when you put in heat source, there won't be any heat escape. So you can totally build the pen like a normal covered house with ceiling in it and a tightening door and windows. So you can build it that way like a normal house, then tight it up. with ceiling, windows and doors. If you prefer the dwarf concrete method, you can build a dwarf concrete. You can build a dwarf concrete of about 3 feet or a meter from ground and then use wire gauze to cover it round to prevent predators from entering. Okay. Then make sure you cover everywhere and all loopholes and all loopholes. So you should also cover the side roofs very well. Cover the side roofs very well to prevent mouse and snakes from entering. There have been several cases we have found where snakes found their ways into pens and did lots of damage. So you must tighten every hose and space. Okay. So this is a brooding. This is a deep litter brooding. This is a deep litter brooding with lights inside. You can see this one is with newspaper, not with wood shaving. Why this one is with wood shaving? And this is a drinker. This is also a Nepo drinker. So you can use this if you want to save your birds from littering the place or from pooing inside this, because with this one they can easily poo inside. So this is a Nepo drinker, and you can get this. Is less expensive. It's not expensive at all. It's very cheap. So you can get them also. This is wood shaving. This is a newspaper, and this one also is a sawdust. This one is with a nipple drinker, and this is also a feeder also. This is a sawdust. This is a newspaper, and this is a wood shaving. And you can also do them with a battery cage. You can also brood with a battery cage. You can see how it is. You can also brood with battery cage. Okay, so this is a brooding with battery cage. This one is brooding with deep litter drinkers and feeders, and these ones are nipple drinkers. These ones are brooding with placine feeder and nipple drinkers. So that is it for this class. We are gonna come back and talk about another wonderful topic. Thank you.